10 costly mistakes youths make. 10 costly mistakes youths make. Welcome to my channel. My name is Precious, and on Precious Style, we do everything faith, lifestyle, and music because our lives are reasonable acts of worship to God. If this is your first time on my channel, please go ahead to subscribe. Please do it right now so you don't forget. Support your girl and keep me going. I'm a new YouTuber and I'll be so glad and I would appreciate it if you guys support me to grow my channel and our family. So guys, without wasting so much time on intro, let's get into our topic of today. So today I want to teach on 10 costly mistakes youths make. So the first mistake youths make is trusting too much. Trusting too much. So when we come into this world, we grew up 5 years old, 6 years old, 10 years old, 15 years old. We think that everyone in this world is good, and we tend to overgive our trust or our love to people, and at the end we realize that we live in a cruel world and people don't usually reciprocate this love as we expect them to reciprocate. People are to be trusted, but remember that you shouldn't give so much of your trust to people. Allow people to earn your trust. Allow trust to be built with time. Don't meet someone today and that person is already your bestie. Don't meet someone just because this person was good to you on the first day and you think this person is worth sacrificing so much more for them. I'm not taking away the fact that you should be a good person on a normal day, but remember not to give so much trust to people. Allow people to earn your trust, okay? So the second mistakes youths make is thinking it's all about education. As relevant as education is, life is not all about going to school, getting a degree, and leaving school. If you know, so many people planned their lives like, okay, I want to go to school, I want to get my bachelor's degree. After bachelor's degree, I'm going to get a job. Life is going to go happily ever after. But I want to tell you today that life is not all about going to school and getting that degree. As a young person, I want to bring or call certain things to your attention. Number one, think about a career path. Think about what you want to do in life after school. After getting or achieving this degree, what do I want to do with my life? How do I want to use this degree to impact the world? Number two thing I want you to think about, aside from going to school, is to get creative with your talents. Get creative with your talents. Please sit down and analyze. Think about your talents. Think about the things you are good at. What can you do with your hands? What can you do with your head? And think of how you can use this talent or this skill to create impact in this world. Because what's gonna distinct you, or what's gonna make you different in this world is that thing which you know how to do best, and you should improve it. So, and the third thing I want you to think about is make good friends and kind friends. Make good friends and kind friends. I did not only say good friends. See, people have been betrayed a lot in this life because of my number one point, the trust. We are all humans and we are sometimes tempted to be selfish. So sometimes trusting too much could be a problem. So even though we are good people, remember not to only make good friends, but also make kind friends. Kind friends are those people that are going to see you in problems when your head is buried in the mud. It is those kind friends who will take you out of the mud and clean your face, okay? So make good friends and kind friends. When you are broke, if you got a kind friend, you're fine. But if you haven't got a kind friend, my dear, kind friends save the day. So make sure to make good friends and kind friends. The number three mistake youths make is not interacting with the opposite sex. And oh my god, I'm so guilty of this. The truth is that I'm an introvert and almost a loner. I always like to stay on my own. I like my own space. I don't like people around me. So this is not even about the opposite sex to me, generally I don't like people in my space. So guys, I think it's very important to make a lot of friends, good and kind friends, and at the same time interact a lot with the opposite sex. Don't think that the opposite sex is only meant to have sex. Let the opposite sex be an instrument of knowledge to you. Try to understand what men want, how men behave, how they interact, how they understand life. See, these genders are completely different. The female gender and male gender are completely different. So you'll be there growing up in your own understanding of, oh, I'm a woman and women are like this. I like to act like this. I like to behave like this. Not knowing that tomorrow you're going to be married and you will meet a completely different person. Let me tell you something. If you are dating somebody and you've never lived with that person in the same house for at least 1 week, you don't know that person. You don't know that person. So by the time you marry that person, you will see a complete different side of that person and you'll be like, what is happening? Men see life differently and women see life differently. We understand differently and men understand differently. So please make friends with the opposite sex, not to have sex, but to have an understanding of how they see life and how they understand life. Okay? So my fourth point says, not being open to your parents and to your seniors. See, most of us are guilty of this. We are really guilty of this. Sometimes we think that we want to be private, we want to keep things to ourselves, but the truth is that we are harming ourselves. Understand that whatever you are going through today, someone has gone through that thing before you, especially your seniors, especially your elders. They have gone through life. If you are 15 years today and your mom is about 40 years or 30 something years, whatever you are experiencing today, your mom experienced that thing some 15 years or some years back. Yes, maybe not in the same way, but they would surely have something to tell you. They will have an advice to give you. Stop being too secretive. It is because we are too secretive. That is why we usually end up in situations which we should not be ending up in. Please, even if you cannot be open to your parents, make sure if you have an elder sister or an elder brother, tell them the truth of what you are going through, especially in relationships. Also, when you're trying to choose a career choice, talk to your parents, ask them, this thing I want to go and do in the university, can it benefit me tomorrow? Trust me, people are going to give you good advice. This has helped me so much in my life. This particular point has helped me so much in my life because I'm a very open person, and if I find someone who can help me in a particular aspect of my life, I do not hesitate to ask all the questions I can ask. Please, guys, don't be too secretive with your life. I'm not saying you should go about telling everybody what is happening in your life. Of course, there are bad people out there, so you should be very careful who you're opening up to and who you are trusting. But please don't be too secretive, okay? The fifth point says lying to yourself. Let me tell you guys something. If you lie to yourself, you are the biggest fool. You are the biggest fool to lie to yourself. You can lie to any other person, but once you tell yourself a lie, you are the biggest fool on earth. See, sometimes one thing which has helped me so much in my life, everything I share with you guys are the things which I have learned and also the things which I have practiced in my life, which has made me a better person. See, because I'm a loner, I take time to sit and reflect about my life and the things that I've really been through, and and I tell myself the truth. Guys, take time to yourself. Sit down, analyze your life. Analyze your discussions. One thing I do every night, I think of every discussion I've had during the day. I start analyzing that discussion from the beginning of that discussion to the end of that discussion. If you were corny, I'm going to be able to detect that, no, this person is not to be trusted. If you were a good person, I'll be able to detect that, no, this person is a good person. I analyze my life. I analyze my month. I analyze my year to be able to know what I want to do the next year. What worked for me? What didn't work for me? What are my strengths? What are my weaknesses? What makes me angry? What makes me happy? Please don't lie to yourself. Never you lie to yourself. If someone is making you unhappy, if you have some friends who are not treating you well, please cut them off. Cut them off. Don't lie to yourself. Don't tell yourself that, no, this person has been with me for the past 10 years, or this person has been my ride or die. They could have been your ride or die yesterday, but they are not your ride or die today. So please, think about your life, think about yourself, and don't lie to yourself. Tell yourself the truth and take necessary measures. Sorry guys, it's getting really dark and I don't know what to do. I've just been moving my camera here and there to see if I can get a good position, but let's continue, guys. The next mistake people make or youths make is abusing money. I've come across a lot of youths. Why we can't save, or why we cannot have or achieve the things which we want, is because we abuse money. We don't have value for money. And I'll give you guys quick examples. You enter taxi and maybe your change is left 5 naira, or your change is left some amount of money. You say, it's okay, you can keep the change. We are doing big girls and big boys, slay queens and slay kings. Please, as a youth, as a young person who is still growing financially, it is not wise for you to be dashing your 1 naira or your 2 naira here and there. In life, there is time for everything. Time go reach where you go tell driver, say, keep the change when you have enough money. Not be person where they struggle. You are still struggling to become something in life, and you are telling driver, keep the 2 hryvnia, or keep the $2, or keep the 2 naira. My dear, life does not work like that. See, imagine you dashing $2 to every Uber driver in 1 week. Imagine you took 10 Uber drivers, and each of these 10 Uber drivers, you dashed them $2. That's $10 a week. Now calculate it a month. Calculate that a year. You can see how much you have been dashing drivers. Oh, you can keep the change because you're trying to form big, or you're trying to form whatever, I don't know, slay queen, and so you start begging for money, or you start begging for things. Let me tell you guys, sometimes you may not see the impact of this small money here and there you are losing. But if you bring this money together, this money can amount to something. It can amount to something. Have value for every 1 kobo you make. For every 0.1 kobo you make, please value it. It was time and patience you used to make that money. Value money. The reason why a lot of youths cannot save and they cannot achieve nothing in life is because we don't have value for money. You make your first $100. Instead for you to plan, how can I use this $100 to better my life? What should I do with this money? The first thing you're thinking of is to buy shoes, bag, hair, and all the like. My dear, have value for money. When I was in the hostel, my friends can tell you, those who were in the hostel with me, I had a bag. This 2 hryvnia, 3 hryvnia, people don't care. I used to see 3 hryvnia, 2 hryvnia everywhere, thrown everywhere on the floor. Let me tell you guys, I used to have a bag. I would put this 2 hryvnia until this money became much. Sometimes when I lacked money that time in the hostel, I could go there and remove money to eat. I could find money to eat from those 2 hryvnias I was saving. So guys, have value for money. Don't see one naira or 2 naira as if it is too small, or see as if it is too worthless. When people give you their hard-earned money, when people dash you money, even if it is 10 naira, appreciate it, because it is time. It is their time of work. Maybe it is their 1 hour of work they are invested in you like that. Appreciate it and be happy that they gave you that money. Okay, have value for money. Stop seeing money like, I don't know. This is why we cannot amount to what we want to amount to, because we don't have value for money. Let your mindset change. Okay, the 7th mistake youths make is failing to build and improve themselves. Failing to build and improve themselves. You guys, while you are a youth, while you are still young, it's time for you to learn and improve every skill that you have. Develop every skill that you have to the fullest. If you know how to use your hands, find things that make you use your hands and use your hands. If it is cutting hair, learn how to cut hair, barb hair. If it is salon, make sure you know how to make girls look good. If it is fixing nail, learn how to do it perfectly. Because jack of all trades, master of none, you can't do nothing with it. You can't do nothing with it. I know how to do a little of this, I know how to do a little of that, but you don't know nothing perfectly. Master a skill in your youthful age. This is so important. I cannot even stress this enough. See, I can't stress this enough. Master a skill while you are still young. The Bible says something in Proverbs that see that a man is good in his own skills, he will stand before kings and not mere men. Guys, this is a secret to becoming something in life. If you want to become something in life, discover what you are good at and improve yourself on it. It does not end for you to just discover your skill. Discovering your skill is one step, and developing it is another step. So improve yourself and develop it, and you will see what you're going to become tomorrow. You will not stand before men, you will stand before kings. Number 8 point. Be your number one fan and critic. The Bible says that David encouraged himself in the Lord. The problem with many of us youths is that we want people to always appreciate us and applaud us and clap for us. See, there is no success without failure. Be your number one fan and also your number one critic. Sit down when you do something, evaluate yourself. This thing I did I put in my best? This thing I did, was it good? If it was good, clap for yourself. Even if it was not the best, appreciate yourself that you took that courage. You had the courage to do that thing which you did. And also find where you are making mistakes. Find the places where you need to improve and improve yourself. If you are waiting for people to appreciate you, or if you're waiting for people to tell you that this thing you are doing is good, especially your friends, especially your loved ones, if you are waiting for them to appreciate you, my dear, you're going to be waiting for the rest of your life. You will wait until white hair will grow on your hair, because we live in a world that people are very, very jealous. We live in a world that people don't want to see you do good. See, on my channel, the highest video that succeeded is a video I entitled "He Satisfied, He Satisfies." Why? Because that video I was talking more about my pain. People love to listen to your downfall. People don't like to see you succeed in life, especially your friends. I'm telling you, especially your friends. So stop waiting for people to celebrate you. Be your own number one critic, and also your number one fan. I like to use the example of David, because David is one person that knew how to run back to God when he was not standing in the faith anymore, and he knew how to write also good things when he's standing in the faith. He knew how to exalt God and dance and celebrate when he was still, even when things were not going well in his life. David is a very, very good example. So be your number one. So be your number one critic and your number one fan. Nobody will do it for you. Okay? Wake up in the morning, dress up. Woo! Look at yourself, turn around. Say, baby girl, you look good today. When you wake up in the morning, say, baby girl, baby, how your face look like this now? What is wrong with you today? Critique yourself and also applaud yourself when you do something good. When you do something good, when you do something beautiful, go out there, buy, I don't know, Fanta, Coca-Cola, whatever you want to buy. Cross your leg, drink, and celebrate yourself. Stop waiting for people to celebrate you, okay? The next point is number 9. The 9th point says, rising when you fall or giving up too soon. See, the truth is that when we have an idea, or when we think that we want to do something in life, it's very easy to be zealous from the start. But as you keep going on, you realize that maybe this thing is not working, maybe it's not going the way you planned that it was going to go. The obvious thing is that most people give up, or when you fail, you don't stand up again, you don't rise again, you remain in that position of failure. Guys, without failure, there is no success. Learn that whenever you fall, it's a chance for you to become a better version of yourself. Learn from your mistakes and rise. Do it again and try to do it better. Look at an example, Mercy Chinwo. Do you know that before Mercy Chinwo came to the limelight, she has been going for competitions here and there, but no one knew Mercy Chinwo. Yeah, maybe some people knew Mercy Chinwo, but she wasn't as popular as she is right now. Do you think do you think they're wearing hard days for Mercy Chinwo? Mercy Chinwo shares her story of how she started with nothing. There was everything to discourage her, but she refused not to give up. Don't give up. Don't give up. Even when things are not going well, guys, don't give up. And eventually, sometimes when you fall, if you eventually get into a bad relationship and the world seems against you, or anything, maybe you lose your parents and the world seems against you, see, there is chance. This world is big enough for everyone to shine. This world is big enough for everyone to make it. Let me tell you guys, sometimes you're going to feel tired. Sometimes you're going to feel weary. But remember, always remember that without failure, there is no success. Always rise up when you fall. Don't give Satan the opportunity to rejoice over you. Don't give Satan the ability to be happy that you do not make it in this life. No, say no to failure, okay? And guys, the final point, number 10. Giving yourself too much. Giving yourself too much. I'm so guilty of this point, guys. I'm so guilty. Anyone who knows me knows I'm a very loving person. I'm a sweetheart. See, I'm not lying. I'm not just trying to hype myself, but it's the truth. I'm a sweetheart. I'm a very loving person. One thing I came to understand in this life is that when you love too much, when you care too much about people, people tend to take it for granted. If you're like me out there, please, in your youthful age, don't give yourself too much. Let people earn your love. Let people earn your trust. Okay? Allow people to earn your love and your trust. Stop giving yourself too much. We give ourselves too much until we forget our own selves. We give ourselves too much until we forget that we are also worthy of that same love which we are giving others. Please stop giving yourself too much. Be a baby girl for life. Get selfish sometimes with yourself. Take care of yourself. Take care of yourself before thinking about another person. It's good to love. It's good to be kind. It's good to be everything that you want to be, as the Bible says we should be. But please don't forget, never forget that you should not forget yourself. Don't forget that you should not forget yourself. You are as important as a person which you place importance in your life. Give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed this video, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. More beautiful videos and teachings are gonna be coming up on this channel. It's faith, lifestyle, and music. Remember, faith is not all about Bible. It's a combination of many things. It's a combination of your walk with God. It's a combination of so many things, and I'm gonna be bringing these things to us as a day. I'm gonna bring them to all of us, guys. Please don't forget to support your girl, share this video, and stay blessed. Mwah!